I'm here in Las Vegas. We're at QlikWorld 2023. I'm joined by James Fisher. James, great to see you. Thank you so much for making time to catch up with me.
Excellent, it's great to be here.
You have an amazing week here in Las Vegas. Free certifications, hands-on workshops, amazing chance to meet our peers and birds of a feather. You're offering over 100 different sessions filled with the hottest tips and latest innovations and some amazing success stories. In a recent blog, you described the year 2023 as the quote-unquote year to click ahead. What did you mean by that?
Yeah, well, it feels like every year that there's new innovation, there's new priorities, there's new challenges, and I've spoken a lot about the evolution of where we are in the global economy. There's been a lot of questions around just the level of uncertainty that we're seeing, and the reality is actually I think we're now in a pretty certain state. We know the world is not in a particularly great place. We know that there are economic pressures, and the result of that is that organizations need to calibrate. They need to make investments more than ever in data and analytics in order to understand what's happening, to pre-act, to plan ahead, and that's really what the theme was. And for me, our focus is making sure that we've got all of the capabilities in place to help customers anticipate change, to take action, to compel that action, and really that's what we're talking about with Click Ahead, and that's a big theme for everything that folks are going to see over the next couple of days at this event.
Indeed, very excited, and I love that point you made. Just to paraphrase that bringing our focus forward, looking forward. We obviously had a very challenging period behind us, but there's a lot of work to be done to catch up with work that people might have put on hold for a while, or some significant transformations they made with regard to shifting to e-commerce. They've got an enormous amount of data to deal with and get through, figure out what happened in the past and where they're going in the future. When you're sitting in boardrooms or talking to CEOs in general, how do you describe Qlik's unique innovation ecosystem, and particularly given it's driven by a lot of your customer feedback?
Yeah, absolutely, and that is for me the number one most important component of everything we do is listening. With the best will in the world, it's impossible to do everything that everybody wants, but ultimately we're here with a large number of our customers, a huge number of our partners as well. They're all working with our products. They're all trying to solve real business problems with data. And so that element of feedback, whether it's good or bad, is critically important to us. Today, over 80% of all of our product deliverables are driven by customer or partner feedback. And that's shaping how we prioritize, so it fuels a pool of things that we can do. We prioritize, decide where we're going to invest, of course where we're also not going to invest for various reasons, and then make sure we can build plans that we can be very confident we can execute upon, provide real transparency to customers in terms of what is coming and when, so that they can then build that into their plans, build a joint roadmap with them that ultimately leads them to quicker time to value. And that all starts with that critical piece of feedback, which is great to do in an in-person event like this.
It is indeed, and there's no better way to meet customer demand than actually listen to what they're asking for in the first place and meet them there. Also, congratulations on being recognized for, I think it's the 13th year consecutively by Gartner in their Magic Quadrant for, I think it's analytics and business intelligence. That must be an exciting announcement for you.
Well, it's exciting in the sense that we are a leader again. It's perhaps less exciting that I remember the first time. So right. That sort of dates me a little bit. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think for me, that's real consistency of execution. It's about us building a consistent vision for what we want data and analytics to be. And in this instance, it's an analytics Magic Quadrant, and it reflects the strategy we have there, right? Which has been very stable over the last few years, but it's all about helping customers drive more value from the data they have from a broader set of users in their organization, irrespective of the analytics maturity, so the type of analytics they want to do, and irrespective of the level of data literacy they have. So real consistency across that. And look, with all of the different investments we have across the portfolio, we're never going to lose sight of that focus on analytics, and I'm hopefully we'll be sat here again in a year's time celebrating 14 years as well.
I have no doubt at all. I'm extremely confident of that one. That speaks directly to the whole focus on the importance of driving innovation, leading innovation, and particularly helping organizations make better decisions, make them quicker, and I guess more effectively, and reduce their time to market, or whatever the case may be with that. There's an enormous amount of pressure on the whole world of all industries and market segments for that. There's a lot of exciting things happening across the entire product roadmap within Qlik. What are you most excited about this year in particular?
How long have we got?
Yeah. What are your top 3 to 5?
Well, yeah. So I think there are a number of things on the data integration side. We've seen a massive shift in the way that where data resides in organizations. The notion of data gravity is not new, and it's been something that's been around for a while, and it's a constantly shifting landscape. So we made big statement, big goals off the back of the Qlik acquisition in 2019 to bring that capability into the cloud. So our ability to deliver new data movement and transformation capabilities through the cloud platform is an incredibly big milestone, something we released last year, and I think it was the first in-person event for a while, a great opportunity to showcase that, but also enriching everything around that. The ability now to not just work with the movement of on-premises data into the cloud, which has been a big driver around data integration, data movement capabilities for the last few years, but actually now working with enterprise applications which almost exclusively exist in the cloud. How do you take that data and make it part of a data pipeline? So a host of new cloud sources, of course, that's coming into play. Sort of jammed in the middle of the world of data and analytics is the catalog, and that's just one of a number of foundational services that we have, which will increasingly benefit sort of both sides of the portfolio, automations, orchestration being others. The catalog, I think, is really interesting because it really bridges the gap between data engineers and data analysts, and the roadmap that we have in place supports both of those sides of the equation. And then on the analytics side, there's a host of stuff. As I said, it's been a very stable kind of view of the world in terms of where we've been focused. So it spans everything from just doubling down and continue to double down on and the visualization capabilities, the controls of those, more reporting capabilities into the cloud, but also then building out the extension of those augmented capabilities. And we made big investments bringing AutoML to the platform last year, now available in every cloud tenant. So we're doubling down there, finding new ways to help customers get time to value with AutoML models, is a key win. So building a lot of the methodology we had in the past into the product there is a key area. So that's just a sample of a few of the things, but look, there's a really exciting few days ahead of us, and I'm glad, when we spoke before about having all of our customers and partners around us, but actually all of my team, people are deeply passionate about our roadmap and deeply passionate about sharing that with customers. I'm looking forward to seeing all of those conversations happen.
It is indeed great to be physically close to people. A couple of key points on that. I think one of the big wins that you've been able to achieve across your roadmap is that you've continued to support clients who have a long sunk or deep sunk cost in infrastructure on premises with some of their long-running environments that often are described as legacy, but aren't always the case. And then also at the front end, you've got the demand where service providers and platform providers are now putting things in SaaS offerings predominantly. It's a much more cost-effective delivery platform for them. But your clients are probably having to then continue to get an ROI on their long-sunk cost investments, but at the same time leverage the best of the technology. So it's an amazing juggle, and congratulations on making that happen. This week in particular is an enormous, exciting array of keynotes. One of my favorites, John Valanthan, the world-renowned British cave diver who played a key role in the Thailand cave rescue. Your own CEO here at Qlik, Mike Capone, looking forward to that. But yourself on Wednesday, you're doing a keynote. I wonder, without giving away too much, what can you tell us about some of the highlights we can look forward to?
Well, I'm obviously very excited about Mike's keynote, and I'm looking forward to meeting John. I mean, what a hero!
Indeed,
and an incredible story there. Look, we're really excited about it. You were just talking actually around the notion of the cloud platform, and I think that the idea of cloud and particularly the migration to cloud has been something that folks have looked at very much as a TCO kind of play. And I'm hoping that what we're able to demonstrate this week and again in Wednesday's keynote is actually what that means in terms of adoption, the ability to consume innovation. So all of those things that I just described, are effectively worthless if they're not being used. And the cloud platform gives us that ability to really put adoption and usability at the front and center of everything that we're doing. So we'll talk a little bit about the journey that we've been on. It's Qlik's 30-year anniversary. So I'm going to perhaps date everybody a little bit.
It's a big one. It's exciting,
some narrative around that. But then we're going to talk a bit about, really what are we doing for data integration? How is that going to evolve? What are we doing around analytics? And of course, talent and is something that we're very, very excited about. And we'll share what we can around how we look at that huge opportunity to welcome a whole host of customers, partners, really passionate team members to the Qlik family at the right time, and what that means for the evolution of our product strategy. And there'll be some great demos in there, hopefully along the way as well.
Well, you've got an amazing lens in your role to sort of see what's coming through, and I envy you that in many ways. James, always fantastic to catch up with you. Congratulations on an amazing event ahead of it. I think let's hope this is the road forward for the rest of the world for all things with regards to the last couple of years. And I cannot wait to see your keynote. Obviously Mike's as well, but I'm particularly excited about John's. We will look forward to seeing you on Wednesday at your keynote. And in the meantime, thank you very much for making time to catch up with me. And again, congratulations on an amazing event.
Des, it's always a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Cheers. Thank you.